Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode in this How to Solo Eve series that has been running on YouTube for about 1.5 months or something. It's been going for a while with daily videos, and we are getting closer to where I feel we can wrap things up. But there's still a few lessons I want to teach you, and today's lesson is about making rivets. A rivet is sort of I wouldn't call it a nail, but it's similar to a nail. And I am explaining what a rivet is because I don't think it's a word that a lot of people who are non-native English know or use. I certainly never used it before because usually when I speak English, I do not speak about crafting machinery or anything like that. So yeah, it was not a word that was in my vocabulary before I played this game. Anyway, as you can see, this is the kitchen area, and this is where we want to make our cast iron stove. And to make this, we need a hot rivet. So let's dive into how we make such a hot rivet. And we are going to be efficient with our smithy usage, and we are going to prepare a few things called hot rods. Hot rods are how you make rivets. What you need is a roller. Put yourself a bucket of water in there, which I already did, and also a basket of charcoal. Then prepare your stone furnace with charcoal on the other side. And what I want to do is I want to make 3 rivets, which you see the ingredients of over here. Also, I don't need to toss that away. And then I'm still going to use some steel and make some rods as well. Since the roller is going to be used anyway, the rods are going to be used for other items that we will be using in glass making, in making a watering can and other things. Maybe I will even prepare those items right now. So yeah, let's go see what else to make. I need to make a fire. That's basically it. Need to make a fire or else we can't get started. I was also doing a little bit of maintenance in the area. I chopped a bunch of juniper trees that we had around here. You can see the stumps around because they were sort of getting in the way. And I did not like that, so that is why I got rid of them. So right now we need a stick to carry the fire over, and then we are going to light both of these up, and we're just going to tap everything once in the roller. That's basically it. So, oh, every single time. So these are now making little iron rods, and these are making rollers. Not rollers, rods, steel rods. Different between iron rod and steel rod. And since I'm here, can I cook up a little bit more? You might say, oh, do you need another hammer? I'm like, not necessarily, but I will show you guys something else to do with that. And let's make another axe, because you always need more axes. Oh, I forgot to cook up this bronze. Oh well. So what I kind of want to show you now is I got a lot of tools here. Like I got this hoe about to break, these shears about to break, and this throw about to break. And you might think, oh no, but you have nothing to repair it with. Exactly. So how you can make something to repair it with, if you take an empty bowl, and I might have shown you this in another video already, but I think it's a good idea to just show you again. Take a bowl, use a pencil on it, and this makes a scrap bowl. Be careful with what you put in there, but let's take this hammer hat that we just made and put it in there. Now we have scrap steel. Take it out, and now you have 2 clumps. So now if I put it on the table, I can repair these shears, and I can repair this throw. There we go. And now we can do that again. But you do need to scrap it every single time. You need to hit it with a pencil every single time. Do this. And there we go. And now these 3 tools are as good as new, and we still have a little bit of scrap left. So that is something I wanted to show you. Now, for these rods, we only need to carry one all the way over to where the kitchen is, which is quite a bit away. There's several ways to do this, and we're gonna do this. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I know that Moon sometimes says that if you have to walk really far, it's better to make a little furnace nearby. But I just want to show you how to do it if you come from here. So, yeah, let me see if I can make this. So, just cook this bronze first, and then heat this up, put it on here, and then hit it with a hammer. This is now a rivet, and you can walk with this. Put it down every few seconds, because if you don't, it's going to go bad. It's hot and it needs to stay hot. Now the problem is with those freaking trees is they would be in the way. I also don't know how long I have to make it before I need to put it down. So I don't know if this is the most efficient thing. Or maybe I should do some sort of a test to calculate how long it takes. And there we go. We used that rivet on this selection that we had over here, and now it's the cast iron stove, the thing we needed in the first place. Yay! So we got the cast iron stove, and we also have the cast iron pan over here, and that goes on top, and that is basically your setup for this. Now we're going to come back to the cast iron pan in a second, and I will teach you guys how to make at least sunny eggs on here, because I think that's the easiest recipe there is for the cast iron stove. You do not need a lot of ingredients for it, just regular goose eggs will suffice. And it is such a good yum to have in your kitchen if you have this cast iron stove. There are a lot of complex recipes as well that require butter and rub and other things, and I'm not as big a fan of those, so I won't be showing you that right away. So now you know how to make these rivets. Let me do a little test here. Let's make another rivet, and let's just do a little bit of a count here, shall we? So let's assume for a second that we get ourselves another rivet. So you hammer it and you go somewhere, you put it down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's 10 seconds before it turns like this. Now, if it's like this, you would have to heat it up again like this in the oven before you can use it again, see? So, but at least now you know this is 10 seconds before you can no longer carry it around wherever you need to go. So unless you can make a walk in 10 seconds, you will need to put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, if you want to move it around. These rivets are also used in things like, if we make them hot, you turn it on the ground, you pick it up with your hammer. Yeah, you can use them on sheet metal to make Bessemer vessels. You can use them to make steel tables. You can make bicycles require them if you make a bicycle trailer. Also, all those electrical devices like the alternator, the diesel generator will need it. If you want to make a cast iron chair, that also requires a rivet. The cast iron fence, the cast iron bench, cast iron table, the empty fountain requires a rivet. The rolling mill. A rolling mill requires it twice, apparently. The gazebo, which is a fun item as well. There's a lot of these iron items that require the rivets. People are not a fan of rivets. Everyone who's ever used a rivet has complained about it. It's like, it's one of those things. We don't like the fact that it's like, it goes bad in 10 seconds. I don't know though if it would be made so much more popular, if it would be up to a minute or something, right? Like, I don't know if people would like it all that much more if the time you could use it went up to a minute. Maybe it would resolve some of the hatred people have for it. Maybe it wouldn't. I honestly don't know. Also, I'm just realizing we still have so much iron here. I'm gonna put it over here for next time we make some steel. But yeah, thanks to our Bessemer setup now, we have been able to make some easy steel, so that was fun. Now, I also would want to show you a few more steel items before we go and make some eggs. So we gotta make these rods into pipes, and for that we use the bore. I'm starting to remember this by doing it so often during this video series. However, I have no idea if I'm going to remember this for, like, I don't know, if I'm gonna remember this in 3 months, right? Since I've been doing so much smithing for the video series now, I know that if I use a bore on these rods, it's going to be good. Also, do I need to make them hot? I don't think I need to make them hot. No, they can be cool. So I only need to heat that up, not the rest. And we're going to make pipes out of all of them. Alright, so that's pipes. Now, when you have a pipe, you could heat it up. I'm just checking if I need to heat it up. I don't even think that I need to, honestly. No, I think they can stay cold. And if you use it in a bore, you make the pipe. That's not what we want. Hold on, what's this? This, I want a thin steel pipe. And that, oh god, it's a roller again. Okay. So we're gonna use the pipe in a roller and we're gonna make thin steel pipes. And thin steel pipes are used for a variety of things, but most importantly, glass making. And we do want a few of those. And if you make too many of these, do not worry. The thin steel pipes are amazing. We can use them for that as well. Also, just double checking. These steel pipes are also used to make watering cans. So let us make 2 watering cans later. Let's put 2 steel pipes here. And then the others we'll use for the tin rods. There we go. See that I need to make a little bit more charcoal if I can. Alright, so we're going to use it in the roller. And that's going to make tin steel pipe. It's basically going to flatten these pipes out even more in the roller and make them thin and long. Alright, let's go. Alright, so these tin steel pipes, they're fantastic. You also use them when making wheelbarrows, which is something else we could do, basically. Oh, I do want to make a wheelbarrow at some point. Maybe we'll do that one of the next videos. A steel wheelbarrow is going to be really nice to have. Let me think. So you can also use these when you're making clothing racks. I could probably show you that, yeah. So a clothing rack. Now, this is not a place for a clothing rack, right? But you just put this in. There you go. Now this is a clothing rack, and then you can use... Oh no. Oh no. How do I get this off? That's... But we could just pull them off, but apparently that was changed. It was changed. I'm certain that I used to just pull them off with my bare hand in the past, and I didn't need to grab an adze for it. But things change nowadays, so sometimes these recipes they don't always stay the same. Luckily, we have an adze in town, so no worries there. Let us pull off that clothing hanger. So the clothing hanger is very nice if you have a proper clothing room, but we don't have that. We just toss everything on the floor like, you know, I don't know, Neanderthals or something. And now let us make some watering cans. So watering can be used on the farm, very handy. So you put down a bucket and you put down one of these pipes. And then if you check the crafting guide, all you need to do... Wait, you need 2? No, wait. You need 2 pipes? I thought it was just 1. Well, apparently you need 2. Okay, and then you use a hammer on it, 2 pipes, buckets, and there you go. A watering can, that's it. And this is going to save you the effort of using a bowl on the bucket every single time. So it's gonna be so much better if this is what you use on the farm. And then these 3 pipes, these will be used for glass making in one of the upcoming videos. But if you have too many of them, let's say you made 10, that's okay, because these will also be used if you put them on a workbench. Like this, the tin steel pipes. Then you can make the bicycle wheel rims with it, like the circle, the bicycle wheel thing can be made with this. And there's some other things that you can do with this as well. You need it when you make rubber tubing, which is something for the... what's the word of it? Chemistry lab. This is something you will require when you're making the chemistry lab. And you will also use it in the derrick, which is an upgraded oil rig, which we don't have, and we don't really need it. It's a bit fancy. It's not necessary. It's a bit of a... I know a lot of people who do have it, but honestly, I don't feel like it's necessary. So yeah, here we go. We have a bunch of steel pipes here. That's going to be good for making glass, etc. So we're very happy with that. And I need to make a little bit of charcoal, as always. And then I will quickly show you how the watering can works. And we will make some eggs in our oven, or in our cast iron stove. I say oven to these things, and I know that it's not correct, and you probably noticed that when it comes to kilns and ovens and all those things, I constantly mess everything up, or I say the wrong word for it. I don't know. Is it because I am lazy, or is it because this is not my native language? I don't know. I just call everything an oven. If it gets hot, it's an oven. So yeah, that's it. So we have our full watering can now, and instead of just using a bowl, you just touch it. That's it. And one watering can is 10 water, so there are 7 more uses in this, and that is how you can use the watering can on a farm. I mean, it's super handy. I am a big fan of watering cans. I just thought they only used 1 steel pipe, but apparently it's 2, so... Should have made a few more pipes, come to think of it, but it is what it is. So we're gonna use some goose eggs on our cast iron stove. Let me grab a few more from this omelet station here. Also, Eerie did get rid of a few more of these geese, because we had so many more, but then she made this area here for the wheat, and yeah, now they're gone. Also, the pumpkin was eaten by a bird, and I saw it happen, and the cats did absolutely nothing. But none of them were hunting. The cats were just walking around. None of them were in hunting mode, so maybe that had something to do with it. So what I'm doing now, I'm gathering as many plates as I got eggs. And you need to put in firewood in this device. So put 1 firewood in there, and then you need to grab some fire. Oh, my axe is about to break. Can you see it? Do you see my axe? Look. It's got like 2 little broken things, so I cannot use the axe right now. But we did make some scrap, so we can repair it very easily. If we go back to the smithy, we can repair our axe. Alright, so what I do, you heat up... Do I need 2? Oh no, it's the little one! Hey, this is something that changed a while ago, guys. Once again, it used to be different, but it changed, and you need a little short shaft nowadays to carry the fire to this thing. Which in my opinion is a little ridiculous, but whatever. So you wait for this to go hot, and then you lift it, you put it on a clay plate like this. Right, so this thing, cast iron pan, it always takes a few seconds to turn hot. So I can't put it in now, but now I can. See? Did you see how it took a little bit? You can also just put your plates in here. Take your egg out immediately. It doesn't need to stay in. There we go. This is probably the easiest food you can make with this device, with the cast iron pan and the hot stove, etc. This item does burn for a little bit, so you do have some time to do this. Don't need to worry too much about it. Of course it will go out as well, but I think it's 2 minutes or something, so you don't have to be super slow with it. So this burning cast iron stove, it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes before it goes out, and then it's done. And now we have these delicious eggs. They are one of my favorite yums to make in the game when you have the burning cast iron stove. So usually when I notice a town is struggling with food, and I see that they have this cast iron stove, and I see that they have like nothing else, I just go into the wild, look for all the wild geese I can, steal all their eggs, return here, and make a bunch of sunny eggs. You could also make omelets. You can make the omelets on the cast iron pan as well. Can I demonstrate that? I probably can. Not sure if I have enough time, because we are a little low on time here. Let me see, and we need a plate. Can I do it in time? Quick. Whoop, yep, we can. Look, that was it. That's how you make an omelet. So it's still the thing where you need a clay bowl and a weak stick to mix it all together. But it can be done on here as well if you do not want to make a flat stone or anything. You can also make like pancakes, I think, and tortillas. And there's so many items you can make in the cast iron pan. Yeah, there's a lot of it. You could also even make pots of warm milk on here. You can cook raw goose on there. Though I prefer to just cook goose in the brick oven. I feel like that makes more sense. There is also a chance that you burn things if you leave them on here too long. Let's see if I can show that. I don't know, the fire might be going out any second now because I am pushing it a little bit, am I not? So let's assume we just forget about this egg, right? We're just gonna let it sit. I'm not sure how long you need to let it sit for it to burn. I'm not sure eggs burn. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm being too slow? Do you think it's just gonna stay good forever? Actually, that looks like it's staying good forever, this hot cast iron pan. Maybe eggs just don't burn, which makes it even more beginner friendly than one of the other recipes, so that's good. Yeah, doesn't look like it burns, so all the better for us. So yeah, these are the sunny eggs, and I thought they could burn, apparently not, so yeah, a very beginner friendly food to make. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful as my previous videos. Thank you all so much also for the comments and for letting me know what new things you learned during this video, if you learned anything new at all. And if you feel like you are a pro and you have other tips to give, or if you have a favorite recipe on the cast iron stove that you want to talk about, I would gladly listen to your suggestions and your ideas. And sometimes when people give a really good idea, I will also pin them. Also, you might have also noticed that I have uploaded a members-only video to my YouTube channel. So what I do with I usually, when I upload a video like this one, it's available for my members before it is available to you guys, because I usually just have an upload day where I upload 2 to 5 videos in a day. And on that day, the members can already watch everything in advance. Members basically support me financially on the channel, so that's a little thing I give extra. But when it comes to tutorials, all the tutorials will always be available to, you know, all the people watching YouTube and all the people, whether they are a member or not. I don't distinguish there. The one thing that I do for the members videos, it's more like a video of me talking about random things, not necessarily a tutorial. You're not really missing out on that much, I wouldn't say. But, you know, my members, sometimes they just like listening to my voice before going to sleep, right? So they don't mind what I talk about. And that's basically what the members only videos are. Don't feel like you're missing out on, I don't know, pro tips and tricks, and I'm hogging information and not sharing information with you. It's basically just me ranting a bit about life, and maybe more about, you know, experiences I had in the game, but you're not really missing important information, okay? I just want you guys to know this, in case you're worried, like, oh god, I gotta become a member if I want to become a pro 2 hours 1 life player. That's not true at all. It's just, you know, for people who want to support me financially, that it is appreciated. So yeah. And now you know what's sort of being done in those members only videos if you see them. And yeah, if anyone wants to support me, I still welcome that, by the way. I am um, I used to be on disability, but Belgian government has kicked off a lot of people off of disability who were on it before. I'm gonna fight their choice. I'm gonna try and appeal it. However, these appeals have a very low chance of success because, well, they just do. There's just not a lot of I don't think it's likely that they're going to revise their decision, because they usually don't do that. But I'm kind of screwed in my current situation, because I'm not well enough to work. Simultaneously, I'm too good to be on disability, according to them. So it's a bit of a he said, she said situation. It is extremely exhausting as well. So I am going to appeal it, just so you know where I am in real life. Even though most of you probably don't care about that, I am so sorry. The next video is probably going to be about making glass. So I'm thinking that glass making is one of the next things you guys need to learn. So you can look forward to that for the next video. And I hope to see you then. All right. Anyways, guys, take care. And remember, eat yum, eat me. Bye-bye.